So you're thinking about moving to Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys, and more specifically, Fishersville, Virginia. Well, today we're going to talk to you about the pros and the cons of living in Fishersville, Virginia, and we're going to get started right now.
If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Virginia, from its beautiful mountains to its valleys, what should they do, Leslie?
They need to click the subscribe button and touch that bell.
That's exactly right. That way you can be the first to be notified about all the current market information in Virginia. Hi, my name's Stephen Gleason.
And I'm Leslie.
And we get phone calls and emails every day from folks just like you who are looking to make a move to Virginia, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, just pick up the phone and give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. The information's all in the description down below, and we'll be happy to help you make your move to Virginia as smooth as possible. Now, as Leslie said earlier, today in this video, we're going to look at the pros and cons of living in Fishersville. And to start out today, Leslie's going to share with what we kind of believe is probably the biggest pro of living in Fishersville.
So according to a recent study of niche.com, Fishersville is the #1 best place to raise a family in Augusta County, Virginia.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons is because it is a growing community. There's some newer construction going on in Fishersville, and it's growing up. And a lot of the reason is there's different styles of homes that people can choose from, and a different value range. So from, nice modest homes in a lower price range and nice bigger homes. And there's also a variety of styles of homes to choose from, more so than a lot of the other towns around. So there's condos, there's townhouses, there are single family homes, there's some places that are called villas or duplexes, they're side by side there, and a lot of them have garages. It's part of the new construction thing. If you have seen our past videos, that is something that is lacking in some of the homes here in this area, is garage and storage space.
Yeah. And Leslie, you talk about how fast the town is growing. When we talk about growing quickly, I mean, the census back in the year 2000, the town was 4,998 people.
Wow.
And today it's 9,629. So in the last 20 years, it's almost doubled. And that being said, like Leslie said, there's a lot of new construction that's still continuing to go on in the area. So if you're looking for a newer home, that's probably going to be a good place to start your searches in Fishersville.
Price ranges.
Yeah. I think probably another one of the pros, pro number 3, would be its location. It sits right between Stanton and Waynesboro, okay?
Almost in the middle of the two.
Yeah, almost in the middle, exactly, which makes it very easy to go either way to get the resources in Stanton that you like to get, or to go to Fishersville and get the things over in that town if you need them. Of course, it's about 3.5 hours away from the ocean at Virginia Beach. It's about an hour and a half away from Richmond. If you need to get to the airports in northern D.C., you're looking at about 2 hours and 15 minutes to 2 hours and 20 minutes. Providing there's no traffic in northern Virginia, but you're looking about that amount of time to get there. Of course, one of the other things about it, it sits in the Shenandoah Valley, Virginia, and do we enjoy the?
A lot. If you watch any of our videos, we say we absolutely love living here, and we do.
Any time of year is special, but especially the fall season with the changing of the colors on the Shenandoah, the Skyline Parkway, and the Virginia Blue Ridge Parkway, and just in the Shenandoah, it's just absolutely beautiful. And so the ever-changing landscape, as Leslie always says, and the cool thing about it too is you're only 20 minutes away from actually a trailhead to hike on the Appalachian Trail in Fishersville. So if you're an outdoor enthusiast, there are definitely things within the area around Fishersville that you're going to love, including 2 ski resorts, one about 45 minutes north and the other about 35 minutes south.
Massanutten and Wintergreen.
And both of them are 4-season ski resorts, meaning that they have all activities for all seasons. Each one has 2 golf courses, and there's properties up there, which I know you've sold several properties in both of those places. And for people looking to get in, whether you're looking to get in a condo or a single family home up in those places.
A lot of people buy second homes up there just so that they can vacation there.
Yeah, and now I would say probably that one of the cons, and it's a little con, okay, that's the ability of air travel, okay? if we are going to fly out on Southwest or Spirit or an airline like that, we end up having to go to Richmond or Northern
DC.
Virginia. Yeah, Northern Virginia, DC area. So if you're looking at flying a budget carrier like that, you're going to have to travel about at least an hour and a half to 2.5 hours out of the area to get that. But if you fly on American, Delta, or United, the Charlottesville Albemarle Airport, it has those 3 airlines that fly in and out of that on a daily basis. And so and so it might be a little bit more for you to get out of Charlottesville, but certainly it's convenient, about a 35-minute drive away, and just pull up into the parking lot at the airport, and
smaller airports,
very easy.
Easier to get through.
Very easy to get in and out. So, but like I say, it is a little con if you do a lot of travel by air. But if you're not worried about doing a lot of travel by air, this location is absolutely perfect for anybody that would love to be out in a recreational area or in an area of just true beauty. It really would be. So another thing about Fishersville that's very convenient, started back in the 1990s. Stanton had a hospital and Waynesboro had a hospital, and they decided to shut those down and to combine in a regional health center in Fishersville called Augusta Health Center. So, but they're known for a lot of things and some great care.
Some great care there. They're independent and they're not for profit. They are considered a rural community health system, and they are known for their heart and vascular center, their primary stroke center, their spinal clinic. Stefan knows a little bit about that because he had spine surgery in June. So all of those things. They're also winners of several national awards. Also, it's because of the proximity to the hospital. There are so many doctors' offices right there, up and down the road, right around the Augusta Healthcare right there. So it's very convenient.
Yeah, if you need a doctor, it's going to probably be in that area most of the time, especially if you're in Fishersville. So,
and they're expanding in their building right now.
Yeah, so no doubt. So one con about Fishersville, though, is its recreation. There is one small park in town that has some baseball fields and some tennis courts, but other than that, most of Fishersville does not have any larger recreational facilities. You're going to have to go to Stanton or to Waynesboro to find, multiple different parks.
They're far, but
no, and like I say,
right in town.
Yeah, and you got the Shenandoah Valley all around you, and you've got the Appalachian Mountains and the Blue Ridge Mountains, and so there's plenty of recreation in and around. It just may not be that you can walk out your door and have a park down the street. So, but a lot of the houses in the area too, some of the houses they have larger size yards too, though. So
you mentioned in the vlog video, if you wanted to be in specifically the Teverton neighborhood, they have their own park for those people who live in that neighborhood only. So exactly. So that's kind of one of the negatives. That's one of the cons. But going back to the pros, one of the pros is the cost of living in the area. And we're going to pop up a couple slides here. And we'll show you that according to payscale.com, you can see that the cost of living overall in Fishersville, Virginia is about 5% less than the national average. That's a great thing. You see the cost of housing is about 8% less than the national average. Utilities are a little bit more, but look at groceries and transportation on there. I mean, a lot less than the national average. So depending upon where you're coming from, for example, the two towns that are on the next slide here, I'd put Manchester, New Hampshire, okay? In Manchester, if you were to make $100,000 in Manchester, you'd only need to make about $83,000 in Fishersville to have the same style of living. And if you look, you can see a difference of the cost of the housing there as well. Also, if you were to move from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you can see that you have to make a little bit less in Fishersville than you would in Pittsburgh, and at the same time, the cost of housing is a little bit lower in Fishersville as well. So that just a nice thing about it. And as a matter of fact, we're talking about the cost of housing, and Leslie and I, we looked up all the houses that closed in 2022 on the next slide here, and you can see that the average price of a home in Fishersville was $381,000, and you can see the breakdowns of a 2, 3, and 4 bedroom. So that's the average cost. Of course, there's some that are a few houses that are a little bit more than that, and then there's houses that are sale right now that are $1 million houses in Fishersville. And so, like Leslie said at the beginning of the video, there's a lot of different kinds of houses, and that also includes price ranges as well. Exactly. So, So one of the other small cons about living in Fishersville is the general lack of shopping. But again, we've made it very clear that it's situated right in the middle of Waynesboro and Stanton, where there are an abundance of stores that you can go and get into there. But there's small stores up and down Highway 250.
There's just no town center like
no
you
town
think of,
center.
or bigger, larger shopping centers. There's a few smaller ones, but nothing really big.
A lack too of a lot of restaurants right in town.
A lot up and down the strip.
Yeah, there are. But, you know, again, not a huge deal. Not a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, there's plenty, like I said, there's plenty of restaurants, and there are restaurants in Fishersville, but you're going to get more of them in Waynesboro and in
more
Stanton,
variety.
So, exactly. But if you're looking for a brewery or a winery, Fishersville is a great spot to be in. Not only are there wineries and breweries in and around the Fishersville area, but there's others in the Blue Ridge Mountains and other places of the Shenandoah Valley. You've got many tens of them in the area. And one of them in particular is Barren Ridge Vineyards, which is the premier vineyard of Augusta County. And as a matter of fact, Barren Ridge has won several awards. They've won a gold medal at the Virginia Governor's Cup. They've won best in the show at the state fair. And so very well known winery here in the state of Virginia. And it's right here in Augusta County and right in Fishersville.
They're on the Shenandoah Valley Trail.
Yeah, they are. They're one of the wineries on the Shenandoah Valley Trail. And the cool thing about them is they host a lot of regular events. You know, a lot of musical events or just get-together type things. And they have a beautiful setting. Weddings, things like that, have a beautiful setting out there, and usually at least 2 or 3 times a month there's an event going on there at the winery at Barren Ridge. So of course, when we talk about breweries, we've got Seven Arrows Breweries, which is right in Fishersville as well. They're a family-owned business. They're known for their craft beers, and there's several more over in Waynesboro and Stanton, Charlottesville as well. So if you're that type of person that likes to go and visit wineries and breweries and sample things, you're gonna love living out here because there's plenty of it out here. I'd say probably one of the last pros that I would say about Fishersville is it depends on what you want.
Okay.
Of course, that's anywhere, right? I mean, some people would consider Arizona a pro until it's 112 degrees, right?
Yeah.
So you could. So, but no, I think overall it's a pro, and the reason is I like to change into the seasons. Okay. And in summertime, Fishersville on bestplaces.net get an 8.6 out of 10 rating, and in wintertime they get a 5.7. Okay, so everybody always talks.
Still above that.
It is. So let's talk about the summertime. If you look at this slide here, you can see that in the summertime there's only about 12 or 13 days in the entire year where the temperature gets over 90 degrees. So if you like cooler summers,
I consider it a pro.
I consider that a pro. Exactly right. So. And now, as far as the winters go, you can look here and you can see we get about 20 inches of snow a year. Now, the national average is like 29, I think, is what it is. But the thing about it is the snow doesn't stay around. You're right. It's not like when you live in Minnesota and it comes in October and leaves in April. You know, and it's on the ground. So. Yeah, right, exactly. So, but like I say, it usually melts within a few days or a week or so. And honestly, as you know, as you can
enjoy it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, and sometimes we can see it snowing up on the peaks.
Yeah.
And not down here in the valley. And if you want to be in it, you just drive up the
mountain. Drive up the top of the mountain. Exactly right. And so like you say, I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, as you know, if you follow my videos, you know I'm a golfer, and matter of fact, I just went golfing yesterday, as a matter of fact, in the middle of January, and imagine that. Of course, it was 60 degrees yesterday.
It was.
I'll take those days like that. So
it's just be cooler, but
that's
the beauty of living in the Shenandoah Valley.
Yep, it sure is. So, but like I say, overall, I mean, Fishersville, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. And you know, if you're looking to move to a place, especially that has a lot of homes, a lot of newer homes, and a place that is really
it's growing.
It's not an urban place.
No.
You know, you've got you got Waynesboro and you got Stanton on the other sides of them. You got Charlottesville, which is certainly more urban. But if you're looking for just kind of like a community environment,
community oriented.
Yeah, you're gonna like Fishersville because of the different neighborhoods in the town.
You want to live somewhere where your kids have a lot of places to trick or treat. Those neighborhoods are great.
That is true. That is true. So like I say, Fishersville may be the right community for you. Maybe it's not. You can check out some of our other videos and see what town maybe suits your need. But like you say, if you're interested, Leslie and I, we help folks almost every day, and that's what we love to do. We love to see people getting a home that they want to be in, and that they'll enjoy for many years to come, and be satisfied with. So pick up the phone, give us a call, shoot us that text, send us that email, and we'll get back with you. As a matter of fact, you can even jump on our calendar. We can talk with you face to face via Zoom. We'll be happy to do that as well. So whatever preference you want to take as far as the communication goes, that's how we can do it. So say, give us a call, and until next time, though, see you around town.